Well, hello there, my friends. Welcome back to Storytime with Miss Anna. I am Miss Anna, and I am so very happy to see you here today because today's book is so important. Super important. Because you are a citizen. And that means a lot of different things. It means you're part of your community, and it means you can vote. There's a lot more, but we're going to focus on voting today. In fact, today's book is Vote by Eileen Christelow. And I believe Eileen not only wrote the story, she drew the pictures. Good job, Eileen. Are you ready? I am. Let's get started with Vote. Suppose your town is about to choose a new mayor. How will you do it? You'll vote. Elmer, what are we doing here? This is a rally, Sparky. We're asking people to vote for Chris for mayor. And look in the car, there's Chris Smith for mayor. And she's waving at all the people. Wonderful. I'm Chris Smith, candidate for mayor, and I hope you'll vote for me. Oh, her daughter's in the audience. Chris Smith is the best. She's my mom. Well, those people over there, they want to vote for Bill Brown. Vote? What's that? Voting is a way to choose. You can vote for favorite books, movie stars, candy bars, or even puppies. How the Chris Smith family voted for their dog, Elmer. 8 years ago, when I was a puppy, at the dog pound, the Smiths came along. Looking for a puppy? They couldn't decide between me and a poodle, so they voted. I vote for the mutt. No, the poodle. Vote for the poodle, Angela. Mutt. But they could have flipped a coin. Heads, the mutt. Tails, the poodle. Tails for the poodle? That's not fair. Why not? Because 2 people wanted me. Only 1 wanted the poodle. Voting was the way to find out what the most people wanted. Me. Does that mean 1 person didn't like you? Well, you can't please all the people all the time. But I think I've grown on her. So if Chris gets the most votes, she'll be mayor. What does the mayor do? Well, the mayor is the leader of the city. Let's go help Chris find some votes. If someone wants to be elected mayor, she needs to convince as many people as possible to vote for her. You have my vote. I'm going to vote for Brown. You can't vote for Brown. Sparky, stop that. This country is a democracy. That means people have a right to vote for whoever they want to. Gosh, I never vote. Our measly votes don't make a difference. Well, I'm Angela, and I hope you'll vote for my mom. Many people just don't vote. Why not? Maybe they think that their vote is like a little drop of water in an enormous ocean. Their vote is only 1 out of many, many votes. Sometimes the winner of an election is decided by just a few votes. Vote for Chris Smith! Vote for Bill Brown! If people don't vote, they're letting everyone else decide for them. Well, I wish I could vote, but kids can't vote until they're 18. suppose you couldn't vote. Well, everyone has a right to vote if they want to. But when this country started, only white men who owned property could vote. Well, gosh, that would leave me out, and me out, and me out, and me out. Who decided who could vote? When this country began, the founding fathers wrote a constitution. It said how we would govern ourselves. It said people should vote, but it didn't say who could vote. That was left to each state to decide. And that was a problem. The states made unfair rules about who could vote. The Constitution doesn't say women can vote. Well, it doesn't say men can vote either. Oh, women just don't understand these things. Well, I don't own land, but I have a right to vote. The Constitution doesn't say black people can't vote. Hey, I just traveled back to 1789. Angry people protested. They wrote letters, they held rallies, and they made speeches. They marched, they were arrested, and they went on hunger strikes. Some were killed trying to claim their right to vote. But it took many years, 4 amendments to the Constitution, and several new laws before all citizens 18 years or older were allowed to vote. It took almost 80 years for black men to win the right to vote. It was 130 years before all women could vote. Let's read these signs. Change the Constitution. Give women the right to vote. Amend the Constitution. All Americans should have the right to vote. We deserve the right to vote. We want the right to vote. It's worth fighting for. Gosh, maybe we should vote. This kid should run for mayor. Oh, I'm going to run for president when I grow up. Oh, don't forget, register to vote. There's a booth here at the rally. Elber, can dogs register to vote? Are you kidding? If you want to vote, you need to register. Where? At your town office. Or you can download a registration form from the internet. Or you might even find a booth set up at a shopping mall or a political rally. I'm going to add my own here. Right now, almost everywhere you go, you're going to hear somebody say, "Are you registered to vote?" There's a lot of ways that you can register. So make sure you get registered. Voter registration form, name, address, age, political party. I don't know if I want to join a... Oh, you don't have to join a party. Well, why doesn't she want to go to a party? It's not a birthday party. It's a political party. Political parties are like clubs for voters who share similar ideas. Ideas about what? Oh, about government, schools, healthcare, environment, stadiums. Is there a party that thinks dogs should vote? Ah, brother, you have a one-track mind. I know. Do you want to join a political party? You've probably heard of the Democrats and the Republicans, but you could join the Green Party, the Libertarians, the America First Party, or the Progressives, just to name a few. Or you could be independent and not join any party at all. Before you vote, you'll need to find out about the different candidates. How? Read newspapers, watch TV news, listen to the radio, or surf the internet. Do you agree with their ideas? Well, this says Chris Smith wants to build new schools. I agree with that. There's Bill Brown, the other candidate. He says we need a new stadium. Well, how do we know if Chris will be a good mayor? She lets us sleep on the couch. That's important. You might even have a chance to hear your candidates debate. We need more schools. Classes are being held in the hallways. There you go again, spending our money. Oh, I don't like his tie. I like Smith. He's being mean to my mom. Why are these dogs here? Hey, can I ask a question? Oh, quiet. Right on, Brown. Interesting. You might even be able to ask those candidates questions. Yes, Sparky? Hey, get that mud out of here. Translation, why can't dogs vote? Beat it, Mutt. Uh-oh, I guess dogs can't ask questions. Wait, Bill, I'll take him. Is this your dog? Yes. Let Chris Smith in this town will go to the dogs. The next morning, oh dear, all the news is about Sparky. There's nothing about what I said. No one will vote for me. Mom, you rescued Sparky from Mean Bill Brown. People loved you. Wow, Angela's right. This new poll says more people will vote for Smith, especially dog lovers. I just wanted to ask why dogs can't vote. You're in the doghouse, Buster. Before an election, everyone tries to guess who will win. Pollsters ask some of the voters whom they're planning to vote for, and then they estimate who they think might be the winner. But voters can and do change their minds. Someone just called to ask who I'm voting for. And you said? Maybe Brown. What? But Smith is so much better. That pollster should have asked me. Well, how can you help your candidate win? You can volunteer to answer phones, call voters, address envelopes, or hand out flyers. Campaigns need lots of help. Do you need help? We sure do. We have to mail 14,000 letters by tonight. No, Sparky's not looking for a home. We're hoping you'll vote for Chris Smith. And you'll give $100 to the Smith campaign? Thank you. Mom, we put address labels on 1,000 envelopes so far. Only 13,000 more to go. Let's get some ice cream. Bring some back for me. And they need lots of money to help pay for phones, computers, stamps, flyers, bumper stickers, and most of all, ads, and more ads. Ads is short for advertisements. Where will they find the money? What do the letters say? Please vote for Chris Smith, and please donate money. You might want to donate a few dollars to your favorite candidate's campaign, or maybe you'll get invited to a fundraising dinner. Would you like to pay $250 for a fancy hamburger and a chance to meet the candidate? If you donate lots of money, maybe the candidate will listen to you more than other voters. Is that fair? Does that mean your vote will count more than other voters' votes? There's a lot of disagreement about this. Remind me, why am I paying $250 for a hamburger? Smith's campaign needs money. Brown has a lot more money for ads. 100 people times 250 people. Oh, that will help. Sparky, that's a $250 hamburger. I deserve it. By the last week of the campaign, everyone's tired. The candidates make more speeches, they shake more hands, and they run more and more ads. Maybe, just maybe, they will convince another few voters out there not only to vote, but to vote for them. See, we keep hearing Smith wants to spend all our money. That worries me. But that's an ad for Brown. He's trying to worry us. Save your money. Vote for Bill Brown. Honest, reliable, a nice guy. Oh, and suddenly he's holding a lot of dogs. Honest? That ad isn't honest. Well, Brown makes sense to me. Some of these ads can be very misleading. Bill Brown's ads are lies, Mom. Well, not exactly, dear. I do want to spend money on schools. He just doesn't mention that he wants to spend more money on a stadium. I don't get it. Whose money do they want to spend? Well, everyone pays taxes to help pay for what our town needs. Roads, police, fire departments, schools, stadiums. What are you doing, Sparks? Shh, I'm calculating. 2 plus 3 equals 5 plus 7 equals 12. Smith's programs are cheaper. Finally, it's election day. Oh, I'm worried. A lot of these signs are for Brown. It's going to be a close election. Please sign your name in here. Dad, are you voting for Mom? He'd better vote for me. Why do they have to sign in? To check if they're registered and to make sure they only vote once. Most voters are assigned a particular place to vote. A school, a library, a church basement, wherever there is space for voting booths. What if you're away on voting day? Well, you can get an absentee ballot in advance. Some places let people vote by mail or on the internet. A few places set up voting machines early, but however you vote, you get just one vote. You can't go back and vote again. There's lots to vote for. The mayor and city council, and a question, should dogs be on leashes in public places? I finally decided, but don't ask. Votes are secret. He voted for Brown. You peeked? In most places, people use voting machines. Many cities and towns are replacing old machines with new electronic ones, but in very small towns, voters still mark a paper ballot with a pencil. However you do it, you'll vote in a private booth. No one can see how you vote. When the voting ends, the counting begins. Who will win? Stay close to your TV or your radio or the internet to find out. Oh, it looks like Brown is winning. Oh no, but there's still lots more votes to count. Usually, a few hours after the polls close, the winner is announced. And the winner is my mom! Congratulations, Madam Mayor. I'll be the mayor's daughter. We won! We did it! Smith wins. Uh-oh. Brown wants a recount? I'll tell her. What's wrong? What if the election is won by only a few votes? The candidate who lost can ask that those votes be counted again. Then it could take a few days or longer to carefully recount the ballots and find out who really won. I won by just 105 votes out of 35,000, and that's why Bill Brown wants a recount. Recount? That's not fair. My mom won. But it is fair. If I lost the election by only 105 votes, I would ask for a recount too. Brown wants to recount all the ballots that were mailed. He wants to be sure all the new voting machines were working correctly. Oh, do you think Chris will lose? She might. At last, the election is decided. In the end, someone does win. and someone does lose. The votes have been recounted. Bill Brown was correct. Mistakes were made. Smith actually has 203 votes more than Brown. Yay! Almost half the voters didn't want Chris to be mayor. Well, look at the bright side. Slightly more than half do want her. Brown lost. I guess we won't get a new stadium. But we might build new schools. I'm going to write a letter to Chris Smith and tell her why this town needs a stadium. She needs to listen to all the voters. You aren't happy? You wish the other candidate had won? Well, remember, the mayor works for everyone, even the people who didn't vote for her. She will need to listen to all the voters. After she is sworn in, the new mayor will have a few years to do her new job. What are you doing? Chris is being sworn as mayor. I promise to do my best. She won't please all the people all of the time, but if she does a good job, maybe voters will elect her again. I wonder if I'll be sworn in as Mayor Dog. Who says you'll get to be Mayor Dog? I'm older, wiser, and bigger. Of course I should be Mayor Dog. Well, I think we should vote. Oh, we have a very good list of vocabulary words about voting in the back. And if you get a copy of this book for yourself, in the very back, there's a whole timeline of voting rights and a list of resources. This is fantastic. I'm going to read to you the list of vocabulary words. And while I do, I'm going to put pictures over there. And the pictures are going to be of some of the awesomely cool classroom elections that I've had in my classrooms. It's so much fun teaching the kids all about their civic duty, and I tell them it's only going to be a few years until you're allowed to vote. So learn everything you can about it right now. It's very important. Do you know these words? Absentee ballot, a mail-in ballot used by people who will be away on voting day. A ballot is a sheet of paper or a card that is marked by the voter when he or she votes. A campaign, a series of events and activities designed to help a candidate get elected. Candidate is someone who's trying to get elected. A debate is an organized public discussion between candidates about the issues. Democracy, a type of government in which people choose by voting whom they want as their leaders and how they want their country governed. Election, the casting of votes to decide who will hold a political office. Independent, a person who does not join a political party. Issues, problems that are debated or discussed by the candidates. Party, a group of people who join together because they share similar ideas about how the country should be governed. Poll, a survey of people's opinions. A polling place is where voters go to vote. A pollster or a poll taker is a person who finds out what people are thinking. And recount, counting the ballots a second time because of a very close election. Voting is so important. In fact, both times I was teaching in a classroom while there was a presidential election, I had faux elections in our classroom, and we wrote to President Obama both times. And do you know what? He wrote back. It was very exciting. He loved that we were keeping our civic duties in the forefront of our mind. And do you know what? His wife and their foundation are now helping everybody think about voting by doing When We All Vote. And they're promoting voting all across the country to get everybody out to the polls and active in their communities, electing people they know can do a great job taking care of the home they live in. Thank you for joining me today. Remember, vote, vote, vote! Be excellent to each other. Make the world a better place. And live long and prosper. I'll see you all again soon. And remember, again, remember, vote! Thank you.